Okay, you guys, this is my Phoenix moment story. I started to get sick when I was really young, and it wasn't until I was a young adult that the medical system figured out what was wrong with me. And then after that, my health deteriorated faster and louder than it had before. I had lots of surgery, I had lots of medications, and that was just like a revolving door. I grew tumors faster than McDonald's makes hamburgers. So I started to realize that I wasn't going to get the answers that I wanted from conventional healthcare. I wanted the disease to stop completely. I wanted complete disease reversal. And I was told over and over again that I was being unreasonable, that I had to accept what was going on with me, that I had to accept losing more body parts every year in order to save me from the tumor growth. This was not reasonable to me. So we had a conflict of interest happening. I wanted what they thought was unreasonable. They wanted what I thought was completely unreasonable. Then I realized I had to do my own research, my own study. I learned how to read medical research. I investigated every complementary, alternative, and wacky doodle approach to healthcare that ever existed on the planet, it seemed. What I do appreciate about conventional medicine is that they kept me alive long enough for me to figure things out. Eventually, I had a surgery, and when I woke up, I knew I would never have another one because it felt like the life was draining out of my body. I could feel the life draining out of my body, and I knew I would never survive another surgery like that because all of the surgeries were getting more intense, they were longer, they were more severe, and I was losing vital organs. So I made a decision at that moment after waking up after that surgery that I would not have another one. A few months later, I was told the tumors were back and I would have to have more surgery. I already knew the answer. A few months after that, I was told I had 3 to 6 months to live. So here's the thing, you guys. I've been studying for about 10 years. I've studied things like Buddhism, about how to calm the mind. What I didn't know was the chemistry behind Buddhist practices. So hang on just a second. 10 years of Buddhist practice, tried everything else on the planet, and nothing gave me the results that I wanted. I was very frustrated and I was losing hope. But I always thought too that if I had breath, I had hope. So I didn't entirely give up. I would say when I was given the 3 to 6 months to live, I was in a state of surrender. I knew that I had given it all I had. I knew that I tried my very best to try and solve the health situation that was plaguing me for a long, long time and that was causing me a lot of pain and my family a lot of pain. So, now, if anybody is wondering if the universe has a sense of humor, listen to this. 2 weeks to the day after I got the prognosis that I only had 3 to 6 months to live, I received a package that was at the time recent research from a neuroscientist by the name of Candace Pert. Dr. Candace Pert nailed down this process that happens every time we respond to stimulus. So there's a chemical process that happens every time we respond to stimulus. I got to page 3 of her research and I knew what I had to do. And so I started to play with the concepts in her research, and I could tell in about 3 weeks a difference in my body. The doc still wanted me to have surgery. I wanted to have more scans to see if what I was feeling was really the real deal. Eventually, I talked them into it, and it was a very slight improvement, an improvement like I've never seen before. Previously, I'd only seen tumor growth, and this time there was a very slight reduction in tumors, in the tumor size. The medical professional said it was due to diagnostic error because there's a margin of error either way when they do those measurements. And so they thought that that was the diagnostic error. However, it had never happened before. In all the years that I'd been sick, it had never happened before. I was encouraged and I wanted to keep going with my little experiment on myself. And I had nothing to lose. I already had tried everything. So I kept on going. It took about 18 months, no more tumors, without medication, that was without surgery that they said that I would have to have or I would die. Honestly, I've never looked back. This is how I know anybody can do it. And this is how I know you can do it too. Everybody who has a health challenge can have their own Phoenix moment. All you have to do is learn how to work the tools that you've been born with. The only reason that we don't know that we are capable of this, miraculous healing, which is what it feels like, and the only reason it seems like it's reserved for special people, and the only reason it seems like it's cloaked in this mystery and mystique, is because we haven't been taught how to use them. We haven't been taught how to use the tools that we were born with. And so I would love for you to join me on a free workshop, and I'll show you how to use the tools that you were born with in order to get the healing results that you can have and to have your own Phoenix moment. So click the link below. The registration is free. And if you'd like more information on how to use these healing tools, subscribe to this channel where more videos will be available shortly.